I know for a fact there's a lot of people that's mad right now, dude. There's a lot of people that's mad right now. People are entering their freaking villain arcs, bro. Like, I've been seeing so much heinous stuff that's popping off on X or Twitter right now. I'm talking about heinous stuff. People calling people Sony ponies, Nintendromes, Xbox. You guys know the deal of this. But there's one thing you guys need to know. I'm gonna give you a 100% unbiased take on any side about Starfield and all these games, you know, like for real, like, because honestly, you guys need it at this point, because this is getting ridiculous. Even though I'm considered a mega Starfield fan, even I shocked what went on with Starfield? No, I'm not. It is what it is, people. So let's get to see what this actual list of these game things are. These game nominations. I'll give you what I believe is going to win, because this is getting ridiculous, but it's actually kind of funny too. Let's get an unbiased take, man. Okay, best sim strategy game. Let's see what they got for these people. What they got. Look, they got Advance Wars, City Skylines, Company of Heroes 3, Fire Emblem Engage, Pikmin 4. Okay. For this one, this kind of weird, dude. Like, what can they really do for this one? To be honest with you, some of these things for strategy games is a bit unknown. Advance Wars Recamp, I doubt that's gonna get it. Company of Heroes, I doubt that's gonna get it. Anything on this top row, I'm pretty sure it's not gonna get it. And I believe Fire Emblem Engage or Pikmin 4. Honestly, it'll probably be Fire Emblem Engage, to be honest with you. Pikmin 4 to me seems like it's too new. It's an older game, but it seems like it's too new in the tank for a lot of people. Fire Emblem is an established series, and it's Nintendo. People akin more to Fire Emblem because of Fire Emblem 3 Houses than it is to Pikmin. But that's just what I believe, man. Next, what we got here. Most anticipated game. This was kind of hard, to be honest with you. For me personally, my most anticipated game is Final Fantasy Rebirth. I believe that's gonna win. However, Star Wars Outlaws, Disney property, there's a, you know, it's a standalone game as far as we know. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, it's still Yakuza, or Like a Dragon, it's still good, but there's an issue with it. It's still Sega. Sega's not that prominent like it used to be. Hades 2, that's a dark horse. And Tekken, these three, Final Fantasy, Hades 2, and Tekken 8, that right there's a dark horse. It ain't Tekken 8 and it ain't Hades. I'm pretty sure it's Final Fantasy Rebirth. That's the game people really want to talk about. Hades, good. It's a good game. Trust me, I love the game. I haven't beat it. I love the game. But there's one thing about it that people don't understand. Some people may think it's a niche title. Hades is a niche title for some people. It's a roguelike. Tekken's a fighting game. Well, but for story aspects of a video game, I don't think Tekken will get it. I doubt it. I don't think it's going to get that. You know what I mean? So, fast forward. Final Fantasy Rebirth. Legendary franchise. Established title. Remake just came out 2019 or 2020. Right before pandemic style. This game is going to win. To be honest with you, the cards are there. I believe that's going to win. Next. What is this? Oh, innovation and accessibility. This right here, to me, I'm not sure how this is going to work for accessibility. To be honest with you. No, not Mortal Kombat. Street Fighter, no. Spider-Man, it has to be a PlayStation game, as far as I know. Hi-Fi Rush, I'm not sure how the accessibility is. Innovation and accessibility. It may be Spider-Man or Diablo. Yeah. Honestly, you know what? I don't even think it's Spider-Man. Is it Tekken? I'm not sure. This one's kind of random because I know there's different video game gimmicks and stuff you can use for these kind of titles. Like different accessibility things, like you do this, automatic stuff, sound cues and stuff like that. I know Sony's good with that, like Last of Us. But I'm really not sure what these games do for it. Even Hi-Fi Rush, it's a rhythm-based game. Accessibility, if you do things on rhythm and you can with sound and sight, you can do a lot of things with that. Huh, this one I'm not so sure. Games for Impact. Now this here is interesting. I'm probably gonna have this a standalone update. I'm not even gonna edit it or whatever. We're just gonna talk. Games for Impact. Honestly, I don't know anything about this, so I'm gonna skip that. I don't know anything about these games. Content Creator of the Year. Okay, this one's gonna be divisive for a lot of people. I'll be honest with you. I only know two of these people. Quack City or Quackity? Quacity? Did they spell his name right? Where this guy? I always call him Quack City. Quack City or Iron Mouse. Honestly, what I believe is Iron Mouse should win. To be honest with you, she should win. Plain as day. You guys know her history. You know enough. Great VTuber. It is what it is. Iron Mouse for the win. Iron Mouse gets my vote. Yep, gets my vote. W. Best sports and racing game. Sports. Oh my. Okay, this is gonna be biased. Technically, for me, this is gonna be extremely biased. To me, it's gonna be Forza. It has to be Forza. I don't know anything about the crew. Hot Wheels Unleashed is a cool arcade game. I love arcade style games, but FIFA. Honestly, it'll probably be FIFA. FIFA is that title that oh man, excuse me. FIFA is that title that pretty much sets the I want to say sets the standard. Everyone loves football. It makes too much money. It's kind of like it's gonna suffer from the normie complex. Literally the normie complex for FIFA. Like for real. And you can't really beat that. So I'm pretty sure FIFA may win, even though there's a lot of people that'll say the game is still lackluster and bare bones. Next. This one I had a problem with. I'll probably go full screen for this. This right here is what I had a problem with, man. Okay. Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 16, Hi-Fi Rush, Let's Go Tears of the Kingdom. Best score of music. This is like one of the only ones I would say. Was Starfield robbed on this? The Starfield score is actually extremely good. What I don't understand is Tears of the Kingdom. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you guys, man. I'm keeping it a buck. Even though I'm looking up here and looking everywhere, it is what it is. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I don't think Tears of the Kingdom should be in here. When you play this game, you pretty much don't hear a score. You don't hear anything. Hi-Fi Rush is a game based on music, real life music, and great in-game music. This is a game entirely based on music. That should be here. I don't know a lot about Baldur's Gate 3. I don't really give the game a chance. It is what it is. I haven't played Alan Wake, can't talk to it. Final Fantasy 16. Legendary franchise, legendary game. This deserves to be in here. But honestly, it's probably gonna be Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3 is one of those games that I've heard in the grapevine that's really good. You know, unknown studio doing really, really good with an IP. That's just how it is, people. Dark Horse. I still don't believe Tears of the Kingdom should be here. I think it should have been Starfield, but it is what it is. But like I said earlier, this is an unbiased take. Starfield has a good score. It is what it is. Let's go to the second screen. Now, let's see if this other ones have right here. What else we got? What else we got here? Best RPG. Honestly, if Starfield wins this, it'll probably be a pity vote. I'm not even gonna joke. It'll probably be a pity vote. For RPG as an RPG sake, it has some RPG elements. Final Fantasy 16 is a loose RPG. It's a loose RPG. Liza P, Souls-like game, still RPG. Sea of Stars, a true RPG. However, it's what you guys gotta understand. Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3 is gonna win every category it has here. If not, it's either gonna be that, Lies of P, or Sea of Stars. If it's Final Fantasy 16, awesome. But honestly, this is the only nomination Starfield has. I don't see it winning. I don't see it winning. That's from a fanboy, considered fanboy. Best performance. Oh, honestly, I don't care what no one says. For me, it's got to be Ben Starr. Love Ben Starr. This dude's awesome. Cameron, oh, he's good at that too. Ben Starr's a breakout actor. He won the Joystick Award. I don't know anything about Baldur's Gate 3 or Alan Wake, Yuri, and Spider-Man 2. Listen, I like you, Yuri, but your Spider-Man 2 performance was it was good, but honestly, Peter was too much sorrowful for me. He was pretty much sorry for everything in the game. But you are a great voice actor, great performance. I do like it. Idris Elba, I'm still playing Phantom Liberty, and I need to get back into that. So we'll put that on the back burner. Next, best ongoing game. Ooh, Cyberpunk. It's an ongoing game, really? Final Fantasy 14. What? That's good. Genshin, yeah. Fortnite, yeah. Apex, yeah. One thing I don't understand. Why is Cyberpunk here? Why is Cyberpunk here? Cyberpunk does not need to be best ongoing game. It doesn't. I'm sorry. It ain't. No. There is no business for Cyberpunk to be here. No business. I'm sorry. If there's something, if they're doing something in Phantom Liberty or whatever, or they're continuously updating the game because Phantom Liberty came out, honestly, I don't see why this should be here. For real. I don't know, man. No. Next, best narrative. I've only played 2 to 3 of these games. No Baldur's Gate 3, Alan Wake 2, no. Cyberpunk, no. Larry and Stu's for best narrative. People will probably say Baldur's Gate 3 is going to win this. Like always, Baldur's Gate 3 is going to sweep. This is the Baldur's Gate 3 Awards. This game is too legendary. Even though I'm not really a fan of it, it does what it does good, as far as I know. Next, this right here, Final Fantasy 16. A lot of people will say Final Fantasy 16 has a good narrative. It has a good story. It really does. But there's moments in the story that actually puts people to sleep. Like, for real. I like just think they have long cutscenes that makes your it makes your game turn off. You know what I'm saying? It makes your game dim. I don't know anything about Alan Wake 2. Spider-Man 2, great story. Great story. Best narrative, but it's an established IP. Does it deserve to win? Maybe. Does it deserve to lose? Maybe. I'm not sure what it can have here for being Game of the Year, but it'll probably win Best Narrative, if not Baldur's Gate 3. I'm just being honest with you. Best Multiplayer Game. Honestly, I don't think Baldur's Gate 3 is a multiplayer game. This one is odd to me. Presented by Discord? Which one of these games is truly a multiplayer game? They're all multiplayer games, yes. Mario should not be in here. It's not really a true multiplayer game. You have your little co-op kind of aspects, but I don't think it should be in here. So, Party Animals, maybe, but should it win Best Multiplayer? No. Larian Studios again. I don't know. Something seems off, man. But if I was going to pick one, it won't be Street Fighter 6, even though Street Fighter 6 is one of the highest rated fighting games of all time. It really is. But should it win this? I don't know, man. I don't know. Will it be Diablo 4? Diablo 4 is good at beginning, but it does have some problems with it. So the only thing that I'm seeing that shouldn't be here, I'm not sure. Party Animals, I don't know a lot about Party Animals, so that has to be odd one. I gotta choose that one to lose. Baldur's Gate 3, Longer Legacy. Diablo 4, Long Legacy. Mario just came out. Does it deserve to be a multiplayer game and a multiplayer title? I don't know. Hard to tell, so I'm gonna pass on this one. Best mobile game? Oh, easy. It's gotta be Honkai Star Rail. People like their waifus, man. Or Final Fantasy Ever Crisis. People like the customization. I don't know anything about Hello Kitty. These 3 things, too new for me. It's gonna be Honkai Star Rail. Next. Best independent game? I've heard a lot of good things about Cocoon and Dredge. And Dave the Diver. Pretty fun. Viewfinder, no. Sea of Stars? I don't know. But Sea of Stars is the most impressive game I see on this list. So I'm gonna go with Sea of Stars. Best game direction. This is literally a rehash of the other list. Game direction. Mario Brothers Wonder? I don't think so. I don't know anything about Alan Wake. honestly, I should pick Baldur's Gate 3 because there's so many aspects of the game that you can truly use. Spider-Man, yeah, it's good, but it's a sequel. This is a sequel. Like most of these games are almost all these are sequels as Mario. There's already established lore. Tears of the Kingdom, it has the Legend of Zelda tax. You know, if it's in one of these, it's gonna win. But you know what? Best direction. Well, Baldur's Gate 3 does something different though. I'm gonna give it to Zelda just cause. Baldur's Gate 3, I don't know that much about it. Best fighting game. It's not gonna be All Stars. This honestly is gonna be between Street Fighter 6 and Mortal Kombat 1. And unfortunately, even though I like Mortal Kombat 1, it's gonna be Street Fighter 6. It's gonna be Street Fighter 6. Count it. Best family game. I doubt it'll be Mario Brothers Wonder. It'll probably be Party Animals because it's a different style of game and people have a lot of fun with it. I want it to be Mario. It won't be Sonic. It won't be Pikmin 4. And it definitely won't be Disney Illusion. It'll probably be Party Animals. There's a lot of streamers play that. Best esports game? Oof. It's between Counter-Strike and Valorant and League. I doubt Dota and PUBG have anything in common, of course. I don't hear people talking about Dota or PUBG, to be honest with you. League, Counter-Strike, Valorant. If it's Counter-Strike, Counter-Strike had its limelight, but they had the Counter-Strike 2 thing. Oh, it is Counter-Strike 2. Okay. Valorant. Or League. League wins a lot of stuff. It's probably going to be Valorant. Valorant is a casual game now. Best esports team. No offense. I don't care for these esport teams. Valorant, League, Counter-Strike. I honestly don't like any of you guys. I don't watch esports. Esports isn't the same anymore. I can care less. Sorry. That's just how it is. Best esports event. Evo. The only one I follow is Evo. Evo 2023. I only follow Evo on here. That's the only one I care about. So I'm going with Evo. Best esports coach. I don't know any of you guys. Sorry, don't care. Get out of here. Best esports athlete. Don't know any of you guys. Don't care. Best debut indie game. This one is actually interesting. Cocoon. It's either Cocoon or Dredge. The only ones I'm actually familiar with, I will go with Cocoon. Best community support. Bro, I saw this trending a while ago. Let's talk about this. Let's give you No Man's Sky, Final Fantasy 14, Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077, and Destiny 2. Let's go full screen. So, based on this list that I'm seeing right now, Baldur's Gate 3, don't know that much about it. I don't see what they do. Final Fantasy 14, no. No Man's Sky. It's honestly, this is going to be between Cyberpunk 2077 and No Man's Sky with me. They both are pretty much the swan song stories. They pretty much both do the same thing, as in, oh, our game was broken, we fixed it. Destiny 2, guys, I love Destiny. I always love Destiny's story, but the community support for Destiny 2 is abysmal. It is not. It shouldn't even be nominated. I gotta keep it 100. That's my brand. I gotta keep it 100. It doesn't need to be on that list. Final Fantasy 14, bootleg Clive here. They fixed their game. Hell Games won. I can't. Good conscience. I can't nominate Baldur's Gate 3 because I don't know that much about it. Good conscience. So to me, honestly, Cyberpunk 2077 and No Man's Sky. I gotta go with Cyberpunk. I'm more familiar with Cyberpunk. I'm going with Cyberpunk. Let's go back to this list. We got a little bit more. Best audio design. It ain't Spider-Man. Sorry. Resident Evil. It's between Resident Evil, Hi-Fi Rush, and Dead Space. It ain't Spider-Man. Audio design. Sorry. Spider-Man used a lot of rehashes. It's a lot of the same stuff. You have your cues, but no. This Hi-Fi Rush deserves this. New title. Honestly, new title. It's a game based on sound and music. You deserve, by default, needs to be best audio design by default. However, Resident Evil 4 and Dead Space 2, they have Atmo. They have atmosphere. That right there sets the tone of your game. I'm not sure about Alan Wake 2. I'm not familiar with Alan Wake 2. I don't own Alan Wake 2. But these two games, I played these. Well, I played a little bit of Dead Space. I beat Resident Evil 4. Atmosphere matters. I'm going to go with Hi-Fi Rush because it's a Dark Horse title. These two are established titles. And these are pretty much remakes. It's a brand new title. By default, I'll give it to Hi-Fi Rush. Best art direction. Dude, Alan Wake 2 is getting a bunch of nominees, man. That's kind of biased, dude. Like, what is going on? Honestly, the game that's truly artistic here, that's a sequel, Mario sequel, Hi-Fi Rush, or Lies of P. If it's a real art style kind of game, it belongs to Hi-Fi Rush by default. The new take on a standalone story, Lies of P, deserves it. Legend of Zelda, you're a sequel. We know what you're about. Mario, New Mario Bros. We know what you're about. Alan Wake 2, don't know anything. You're automatically, no, I'm not doing it. So, this right here, I'm gonna go with, oh man, but it's a Souls game. Lies of P is really good. I love Hi-Fi Rush though. It's kind of biased because I'm a Bethesda fan, but based on art, Hi-Fi Rush, number 2, Lies of P. I gotta give it to him. Best adaptation. Ooh, fuck. Sorry, but it's not Twisted Metal. Get that out of here. Gran Turismo? Who cares? Just racing. Castlevania? Cool? No. Mario? No. It's gotta be Last of Us. Absolutely adored and loved the Last of Us show. Amazing. 100% faithful to the source material. It deserves its spot. So, Last of Us. Gotta be. Best action game. Oof. This is gonna piss a lot of people off. Hi-Fi Rush is a good game. Dead Island 2, no. But they'll probably give it to From Software because FromSoft needs a nominee. And we know for a fact, I'm not gonna say it. We know for a fact that Jeff Keighley is a FromSoft fanboy. So, whatever this is, Fires to Rubicon is going to get it. It's going to get it because it's FromSoft. Sorry, it's what's going to happen. Best AR game? Resident Evil Village, VR mode. Anything else? Garbage. Sorry. That's what it's going to be. And now for this. Best action adventure game. It's probably going to give it to Resident Evil 4 or Spider-Man. It's not going to be Zelda. Jedi Survivor, I'm sorry, but people did not like you at the start because you had bugs. Alan Wake 2, sorry, for me, you're too new. You shouldn't be nominated. That's just how it is. Action adventure, it's between these three. Resident Evil 4, Marvel Spider-Man 2, or Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. And to be honest with you, this is going to be the first time I played, because remember, people don't know. Resident Evil 4 for me was the first time me playing the game. I never played the original, even though I was around when the original launch came out. I was one of those guys that said the game is too hype for me. I'm not going to play it. I didn't care for it. However, I respect it. For me, best action adventure game, Resident Evil 4. 100% Resident Evil 4. Marvel Spider-Man 2, that is a second. That is a second for me. So I'm going to say, I love Spider-Man 2 though, but honestly, I'll probably give it to Resident Evil 4, to be honest with you. Now, right here, the coup de grace. The coup de grace Game of the Year nomination. Like I said, I'll go full screen for this. I probably can, because you guys know it's Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Gotta be honest with you guys. A lot of people are going to say Starfield was snubbed for Game of the Year. I said it before, I'll say it again. There's a lot of good games that came out this year. Starfield had a controversy with the game. If your game has controversy, you're not going to put a lot of ice towards it. There's also an Xbox tax. You say what you want, but we know it is. It is what it is. I'm okay with an Xbox tax. If you guys don't believe it, do your research, your own research on it. Fine, now that that's out the way, let's actually truly discuss this. Here we go right now for these titles. I don't know a lot about Alan Wake 2. I don't know a lot about Baldur's Gate 3. Game of the year, it will probably be Baldur's Gate 3. I gotta say it. I know the game is legendary. I didn't mess with it. I didn't give the game a chance. It's legendary. It listens to its community. Standalone story with different branching paths. That is what people like. That is what people love for an RPG. I'm okay with that, and I understand it. Now, Resident Evil 4 was probably my game. Was besides Starfield. Starfield was my personal game of the year. I'm biased 100%, but Bethesda fanboy. However, if I wasn't, it'll probably be Resident Evil 4. For me, it'll be Resident Evil 4. I love it. Spider-Man 2. I love Spider-Man 2, but honestly, the game plagued me with bugs. Say what you want. I'm on record saying the game was plagued with bugs. And I showed video footage. That's how it was. I got hate for it. That's just how it is. I'm okay with it. I never beat Tears of the Kingdom, but it's Legend of Zelda. The presence of Legend of Zelda in this time frame gets a lot of awards. I honestly believe it should be Resident Evil 4. It should be Resident Evil 4. Marvel vs. Wonder is too new for me. It shouldn't be nominated, even though I'm loving the game. But it's going to be Baldur's Gate 3. It's going to be Baldur's Gate 3. If it's not Baldur's Gate 3, it's definitely going to be Spider-Man 2, because Spider-Man in my list has not won anything. But if it's Legend of Zelda, we understand why it would be Legend of Zelda, and I'm okay with that. This is how it is, people. So, for the people that believe, like, honestly, let me talk to you guys right here. For the people that believe Starfield should have been nominated for Game of the Year, I understand it won Xbox Game of the Year for the Joystick Awards. Some people may think that as a pass for having the Game of the Year. Honestly, people, even coming from me as the major Xbox fanboy or fanboy, I don't think it's too soon for this thing to be Game of the Year. Even though I love Starfield, I love the game. People like Starfield for all the mod support and everything like that for generations to come. It can be a currently ongoing game. It can probably win that title if it was nominated. It probably could have won that years down the line. But for Game of the Year, there was too much controversy, too much hate, too much stigma, too much pronouns. There was too much stuff for the game. And quite frankly, a lot of people didn't want Starfield to even be nominated just because it's Xbox. There is a stigma against Xbox. Like I said, I'm okay with it. If you don't believe me, I'm okay with that. It's 100% neutral party status. But you guys gotta understand one thing. Just because Starfield wasn't nominated for Game of the Year doesn't mean it isn't a good game. I'm okay with that. I'm on record. I've been saying this for a long time. No matter what happens with Starfield, it will still be my favorite Game of the Year because I've enjoyed it the most out of all these games listed. That's just how it is. I just like those kind of games. So I don't want to see no people Twitter warring and all that kind of stuff like that. It is what it is, people. Just because it's not nominated, it's fine. It's 100% fine. I'm okay with it. You guys should be okay with it as well. And we all just need to get along. With that said, even though I know if it was for score, that's the one I thought Starfield was snubbed because Starfield has a really good soundtrack. You guys should check it out. That's the only one I know that's got snubbed. But for Game of the Year, it's understandable why it wouldn't be because there's a lot of bangers that came out this year. That's all I gotta say, people. Like, share, subscribe, and peace for some more gaming content.